Okay, so my first story I wasn't going to tell until approximately 45 minutes ago when I spoke to the people around me. And I said, is this a good idea? I watched Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show and how petty he was with Drake and how he pulled him apart and shaded him during the halftime Super Bowl show. And I thought, do you know what? I'm going to be that level of petty as well. The moment I realised that I had outgrown a friendship. Here we go. I'm going to put my glasses on this because I am about to read a bitch to absolute filth. So here we go. So, I would always preference in these types of situations that there is two sides to every story. I have always struggled with friendships. I fear until maybe the past 3 years. And I wanted to tell this as like a cautionary tale because I have always thought, God, there's something wrong with me. I've always looked for like the green flags in people when they are not. That's not the colour we should be looking for, guys. We should be looking for red. Okay? Did we hear that? Red. I was going to say I'm a walking red flag, but here we are. My glasses are digging into my ear canals. So I met these girls before I had started doing makeup. We worked together. It was such a nice, tight friendship. We saw each other every day, worked with each other for like 15 hours a day, got on so well with them. And I was like, oh my God, these are my people. Like just pure banter. Used to cry, laugh with each other, but was also so supportive. They were the first group of girls to really support me when I started doing makeup before I was on TikTok, just Instagram. They would big me up, they would share my posts, and I had never had that type of support from anyone to do with my makeup beforehand. Like that's such public like support. And then things went on and eventually my TikTok really, really blew up. Again, they were super, super supportive and it was getting to the point where I was ready to leave my job. I was working at a company doing makeup. I was their social media assistant and TikTok was sort of like ticking away underneath. And this is a side quest, but my job basically told me that didn't enjoy who I was working with outside of my 9 to 5, who I was working with on my TikTok. And they said that they were going to give me a pyramid on what brands I could and couldn't work with. And I was like, absolutely not. Don't ever let anyone tell you what you can and can't do with your own business, girls. So I had 2 weeks off and I decided that I was going to give TikTok a full go. This was going to be my ish. They were very supportive. Winner. This is when the tide turned. And I noticed certain comments would be made. One of which, I'd got a new dress. It was my friend's birthday. I got a new dress. And she'd said, God, I wish I was a rich influencer so I could buy myself new things. Bear in mind, it was a £25 ASOS dress. Like it wasn't actually that expensive. And then I also hadn't been paid from a single job at that point since I'd gone self-employed. And I'd gone self-employed in April. It was fucking June. So this was like a way off. So that was the first comment from one of these girls. Then we need to give them names. Let's call them Amy and Stacey. Stacey booked for mine and Amy's birthday a trip to Belgium for 24 hours, which might I add, very fun to do. Like get on a flight in the morning at 6. No, it was earlier than that. It was like 5 a.m. Land in Belgium at 6:30. We had a full day there. It would have been a great day, but I'm sat in the airport and I was about to hit 600k followers. Or maybe I was about to hit 700k. I can't remember. And I was like, oh, I'm nearly there. 4 a.m. in the fucking airport, sat a giraffe. This, I was going to say motherfucker, turns to me and goes, do you know, Tatty, I've decided I'm not going to celebrate any of your achievements anymore because you keep having too many of them. And I was like, oh, okie dokie, cool. And you know, when you look back and you think, how I didn't say anything at the time is beyond me. Like, it just baffles me so much. I really should have written stuff down because I'm flip-flopping here. But we went on this trip. That comment was made at 4 a.m. Then the whole fucking reason we were going here is because we wanted to get I Heart Belgium t-shirts and we were going to wear them and we were going to take pictures of them around Belgium. It was just going to be really fucking cute. So I walk into this little merch shop and I buy my top. I put my top on and we walk out of the shop. They didn't buy a top. They didn't do nothing. So now I'm walking around looking like a certified wanker in my I Heart Belgium top with my two cute looking friends in these really gorgeous outfits, and I look like a knob. Now, I don't really take myself that seriously, but I was like, okay, here we go. And then throughout the day, again, little things were being said. We were doing like this cute little pizza shot with like the pizzas dangling down. And I took some pictures, and then we all did the same pictures. And they were like, ugh, these fucking influencers taking pictures. I was like, you've just taken the same pictures as me. And I feel like the worst one, this was diabolical. We were sat in Spoons one day, and a friend of mine had just started posting on social media. And I said, wow, how incredible she's doing that. But her friends were making fun of her behind to her face. They were like, so embarrassing that you're doing that. Can't believe it. You know, you need to stop. It's a bit of an ick. And I was like, I just don't understand why you'd shun someone for trying to, you know, have a hobby or make money from social media when you've seen how lucrative it can be. And Stacey looked me dead ass in the eye and went, yeah, at least we made fun of you behind your back when you started doing it. The stun on my face. I was like, and it came out so quick that it surely wasn't a joke. And everything that was said, I was like, this must be, that's got to be true. And then the same day, a friend walked in. She'd been like to a christening or a wedding or something with her family. And they were like, oh, this is blah, blah, this is blah, blah. And they went, this is Tatty. She's the one that gives me free makeup. And I was like, oh, it's not Tatty who I used to work with, or it's not Tatty who we went blah, blah with. It's Tatty who gives her the free makeup, because sometimes I give my PR to my friends. And after Belgium, so we're back in Belgium again now, I had decided that I was not feeling great. Like, have you ever been in one of those situations where, first of all, you realise that these are no longer your people and it's awful? And I'd say I'm quite a strong person now, but all I wanted was my boyfriend. Like, I just needed him to give me a hug. And I was so far away from home. And then we sat in the fucking airport and the plane was delayed for 4 hours. 4 hours! And I'd already decided that I was not going to see these girls again after this. And which, for me, who I thought I'd found these like long-lasting friendships, bridesmaid level friendships, I was so heartbroken by it. Anyway, sat on this bloody airport floor, just like and I don't say this like for attention, borderline panic attack. Like, I just felt awful. I texted my boyfriend, I said, you need to come and pick me up from Amy's house, and I need you to be stood out the car, because I needed to walk up to him and him hug me straight away. That's all I needed, needed for someone to hold me. And then I drove home looking out the window of the car with some sad songs on. I just sobbed the whole way home, and I haven't spoken to them since. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a lesson on, if somebody shows you who they are, you need to hear them. Don't look at their actions from the past. Listen to the words that someone is speaking, because that is their present feelings about you. There were so many things that went down with these girls, and I have so much love still for them, and I hope they're doing well. Like, I will never wish ill on anybody, but I do wish that they've learned to speak to people a bit nicer, like, because you can't carry on through life speaking to people like that. And I know there is a lot of girls out there that really do struggle with female friendships. It is really tough, and making new friends is really hard, but eventually you will find people that really do ride for you and will support you unconditionally. Like, I've been friends with Sophia before TikTok blew up. I've been friends with Sophia within my first 3 weeks of posting, and she's got a screenshot or found a message where I was like, I hate the word, I'm going to be TikTok famous one day. And like, here we are. She's not friends with me because I've got 1.4 mil followers, or because I do all right, or because I've got a nice car or whatnot. Whereas it very much gave jealousy. And one of my friends actually said to me, the problem is, Tatty, is some people really enjoy seeing people struggle. And that goes for a lot on social media these days. I've seen a lot of discourse online about people being like, I don't really like following these creators anymore. Like, they're so out of touch when they've made it and quit their jobs. But at the end of the day, if you hadn't followed them, they wouldn't have got to that point in life. And it's because people enjoy seeing the struggle sometimes. Trust me, some people do get out of touch. I'm not saying that at all. But you will find the people that will love you for your soul, for your heart, for your brain, not for the things that you have, you look like, you do for work, you carry. It is really tough. And I'm so glad that I went through those things now, because now I value the friendships I have more, and I also know when to call people the fuck out, because I think sometimes airing it is a bit better. Maybe if I had aired it then, I'd still be friends with them, but I didn't need people like that in my life. So this happened, the whole t-shirt thing happened like start of June, and I went on holiday with like all my group of friends now in July. It was around my birthday, and I'd asked if we could do something for my birthday whilst we were out there, because I wasn't going to see them on my actual birthday. God, how many times got to say birthday in that sentence? And first of all, they did me like a surprise dinner, which I had no clue about. And then halfway through the dinner, I went to the toilet and I came back and they were all wearing I Heart Mallorca tops. And I was like, here we fucking go. Like, that just says everything. It meant so much. And if you're listening, thank you so much for doing that for me. I will never forget that. So listen to the words that people says. And that goes for everyone. Your boyfriend, your partner, your friends, family, colleagues. Listen to what they're saying, because it's normally the truth.
Please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa.